Hi, welcome to Giulio's Bar. Today we're gonna talk about the best of 2024 and Martinez. So it's almost 2025, so it's time to recap the year that's almost over. 2024, for me, it was an interesting year. Overall, I've been in good health, but I went through a surgery for an umbilical hernia. When I cut myself up here, and I got stitches, and then now I have this finger that's, I don't know. I'm gonna go to the doctor tomorrow and let's see what he tells me. Hopefully it's gonna be fine. Besides that, everything was fine. I did some good video with Giulia from Barco Pain. She became a good friend over the last year. And at Barco Pain I found some good friends too, like Michael that makes this tear pierce and Mark that makes the Blue Rabbit gin. Also, always at Barco Pain I met Alessandro Palazzi, the legendary bartender, and it's always great fun. I went back to Italy, and in Italy I had a really good event at Maiolini Franciacorta, but more on that in a bit. In the summer we reached 1000 subscribers, which thank you very much to everybody that's still watching me. During this year I changed a bit the way I do videos, not much really, but I just scaled down a bit, try to put a bit more concentration and effort in each recipe. And so one thing that happened is that I never really tried a bad cocktail on this channel, because I always try to first see how it tastes like, and then I usually try to fix it to my taste. Only rarely nowadays I just propose you a cocktail like that, just reading the recipe and trying it out. With that said, let's get down to the 5 best cocktails of the year. And the 5 best cocktails of the year defined as something new I tried and something that I went back and tried multiple times. I had so many great cocktails, but most of them I forgot or they were too complicated. I never did them again. Here are some that entered into my cocktail menu, something I do often. And we are gonna start at number 5 with the Hocus Pocus, which is a Martinez variation which I tried for the Halloween episode. Now this cocktail shouldn't be really a position 5, maybe 3 or 4, but I'm gonna put it at 5 so I can start mixing it because I have a plan. So when I tried the Hocus Pocus for Halloween, I really liked it. It became my favorite Martinez. And the thing is, I used to have a favorite Martinez, one I proposed you in a recipe in 2021 actually, so a long time ago. But it's a really complicated recipe. And so today, while I talk to you about the best of the year, I'm gonna mix an Hocus Pocus and the recipe of what used to be my favorite Martinez. We are gonna compare, and by the end of the video, let's see which one I prefer. For the ingredients, I'm gonna put them at the end of the video, and you can refer to the Halloween video in this case. Now, while I mix, I'm gonna instead talking about the rest of the best of the year. At number 4, we have the Salted Caramel Cocktail, which is a cocktail I developed with heavy cream, aged tequila, and a sweet cocktail go. It's probably my favorite recently. It's the one I did more than once. I made a short lately. It was good. After I made the short, I made it more. I made it for me and my wife. I made it for guests, and it's just really nice. I think it's a really well done recipe. It combines something that you rarely see, which is tequila into a sweet cocktail, and I think it was quite good. And while I stir this, let's talk about number 3. And number 3, I will say the Santa Marta Daiquiri. Santa Marta Daiquiri really is a simple daiquiri variation. It's just a daiquiri done with wet ice and topped off with Kirsch. And the small top of a Kirsch just makes it so fruity and wonderful that it quickly became me and my wife favorite daiquiri variation that we so often have. Let's strain a chilled cocktail. And there you go, and Hocus Pocus. I love this. Yeah. All my good impression about this are confirmed. But now let me clean up here a bit and I'm gonna start working on Giulio's Martinez 2021. Let's see how it holds up. So this is a really complicated recipe with lots of ingredients and I'm gonna have to vary it a bit because I don't have a gin they used to be in the original recipe. Anyway, let's start with 2 dishes of Angostura bitters, then 1 teaspoon each of maraschino and dry curacao. Then 10 milliliters of Cocchi Americano Bianco, then 30 milliliters of sweet vermouth. And the original recipe had a Whitley Nil Blood Orange Gin, which was a gin with a lot of orange flavor in it. Split with Martin Miller's Westbrook's Strength Gin, which was to kind of tame down a bit the orange in the Whitley Nil. So, today I'm gonna use this Normindia from France, from a Calvados producer which has Indian influences, but actually it tastes quite a bit like orange. It's the only gin I have that has that amount of orange in it, so let's try it. And then we finish with Bols Genever. It was 30 milliliters of the Normindia and 30 milliliters of the Genever. And let's give this bad boy a stir. And while we give this a stir, I'm gonna tell you about my number 2 cocktail of the year, which was the Aperitivo Rosa. And let's just say number 1 too, which is Aperitivo Oro. Both this cocktail I developed and then proposed to a room of 30-40 people at Maiolini. I think they came out great. The Rosa was the easiest one, based around raspberries, but I'm pretty proud of it. It's definitely good. While the Oro is a bit more fancy, and it's really one of my favorite drinks that I made myself in a recent year. I think it's great. The recipe has a few spices to apply at the moment, but it's not hard to make. And it's just a really nice cocktail that I enjoy all the time. During the event at Maiolini, I also proposed a blue cocktail, Aperitivo Azzurro or blue, but that, while it was pretty good too, is something I can never make again because I used a yuzu vodka, of which I had only 1 bottle, and that was it. Once it was done, it was done. So that was a 1-shot cocktail. Who was there that night? Tried it. One thing I was really happy about the event is at least one person told me that a different one was his favorite. Most people, I would say, prefer the Rosa. A few people like the Oro, with some people even telling me, I thought I hated anise, but I really liked it in your cocktail. And one person really liked the blue, a gin lover. Yeah, it was a bit stronger and he had some more minty forest gin-like flavors. But let's strain this cocktail. Let's express some orange peel here too. And there you go, Giulio's Martinez 2021/2024 edition. Let's see if I still like this. Cheers. Good, it's really good. Yeah, it's good. I like the 2 dishes of Angostura actually jumps out. I like the fact that Cocchi gives the touch of bitterness that otherwise would be lacking. It's so smooth. It's definitely smoother than the Hocus Pocus. Let me have one more sip. The Hocus Pocus is so much lively and sharp around the edges. The Fernet Branca teaspoon works wonderfully. While this Giulio's Martinez, it's more velvety, less spice somehow, even though the Normandia gin is quite spicy. And the rest of the difference done by the Genever. Not having 60 milliliter of gin, but splitting it with Genever makes it a lot more round. This cocktail would be great also using some barrel-aged gin or some aged Genever. That would be a good idea too, to make it even more close to a Manhattan, more woody notes and stuff. So two really different beasts, still both really good. I would say the Hocus Pocus, because it's so easy to do, it's gonna become my go-to Martinez. This recipe, if I can simplify it a bit, maybe I can make it work a bit better. But with this so many ingredients, in the end, usually I just don't feel like it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed 2024. Have yourself an happy new year, and hopefully I will see you again in 2025. Cheers. I have a whole bunch of thoughts about that, but these thoughts are too much to be contained in a single memory card. So.